Are well into that infamous pink slip season now, when property owners can usually expect an uptick in their tax bill. Local governments across the state are voting on their budgets now.
And that, in recent years at least, often comes with a tax hike. The trend has the Nebraska State Auditor paying close attention to one financing tool he says can increase the burden. 1011's John Grinvald's hit the road to a city in southeast Nebraska that recently came under an audit and criticism. He has this report.
Over the sound of semi roaring on Highway 75 through the middle of Auburn, State Auditor Mike Foley has made his voice clear.
Well, the city of Auburn over-collected the amount of TIF dollars that they were legally entitled to collect, and those dollars really should have gone off to local units of government.
We learned earlier this week that Auburn turned over more than $600,000 to Nemaha County. Today, city leaders told me they did nothing wrong.
Everybody's going to interpret it the way they want to interpret it. It's written that way. I think at the end of the day, everybody is pleased with the outcome. We didn't admit any wrongdoing by turning that money back.
See, Auburn uses TIF a little differently than some of the projects in Lincoln you may be familiar with. Whereas those projects rely on the increment from a single construction or redevelopment project, this takes the increment from a whole area. That allows them more flexibility when the increments are just too small to make a difference.
We've had buildings that have been a shell of itself that needed a lot of improvements that have been able to tap into these funds, and then these businesses are redeveloped.
But the issue, Foley says, stems from them holding on to it for longer than they were supposed to. And he says Auburn isn't alone.
But it's putting upward pressure on property taxes, and anything we can do, we got to look under all the couch cushions and find all the money and find ways of lowering that property tax burden.
Foley is looking to the next legislative session for changing TIF law, but Auburn leaders tell me TIF dollars have been a lifeline.
If we didn't have TIF, it'd be really hard for smaller communities like ourselves to be able to have growth.
Reporting in Auburn, John Grinvald, 1011 News.